Hey everyone, on this episode of The Broker Link, we sit down with Steve Robinson of Bestow Life Insurance from quote to coverage in just under 9 minutes. Here we go. All right, Steve, welcome to The Broker Link. It's good to have you.
Hey, welcome. Excited to be here with you guys.
So Steve, why don't we start out talking about your story, your career, how you got into this, and then tell us about Bestow.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. So it's a funny story. I started out as a high school English teacher. Was excited to graduate college and become a high school English teacher, and that career lasted about 6 months. And I remember telling my parents that I had accepted a job with an insurance company and that I was moving from Virginia, where I was raised, to Florida. And just say the shock on their face was not exactly the welcome I was looking for. But I've been in the insurance industry my entire career. I've been doing this for about 30 years. Working with big companies that you're probably familiar with, Genworth Financial, Protective Life, Legal and General America, all in the brokerage marketplace, and a big focus on term life insurance. And about a year ago, I was at a point in my career where I was ready to do something a little bit different, and I thought it'd be fun to join the startup world. And so I talked to our friends at Bestow and started to learn what they were doing, and really felt the product and process they were doing was a bit of a disruptor in the industry, and continued the conversations and eventually joined as their chief distribution officer, leading distribution and growing out what we're really calling our advisor space. So instead of a direct-to-consumer strategy, which you may know us for, we're pivoting the company and really focusing on expanding this into the brokerage market and an advisor distribution. So that's what I've been up to for the past couple of months as I joined Bestow.
Very cool. So Bestow, if you guys don't know what it is, it's primarily term life, right? What's making this product unique, and how is it a disruptor in the market?
Yeah, I think you covered it great is when you titled the session of this podcast. We're really a disruptor in the fact that consumers can go online and complete a journey where we'll ask them a series of questions. They're reflexive in nature, so they can have commentary and back and forth all within our technology to be approved for life insurance. And that whole journey can be done in under 10 minutes. And that's not to get a quote. That's not to have a temporary insurance agreement. That's to have a completely policy that is underwritten and paid for and enforced. So it's a pretty interesting way. We take all of their questions, analyze all of that information. We use a couple of sources from big data, whether it's medical MIB or script checks or medical records or other scoring technology, and ultimately are able to make an offer at the end of that journey. And the consumer then can pay for that coverage with their credit card and have a policy issued and enforced in under 10 minutes.
Very cool. So all of you guys that have been used to selling life insurance in the past, you are the experts out there at doing it, but a lot of folks that sell health insurance and Medicare and other products, you've been very, very hesitant to get into the life insurance business because I'm busy. I got plenty of business. I got so much to do. Tell us how Bestow might just be that product they can add to their portfolio.
That's a great idea. For us, a simple cross-sell strategy is an ideal situation. So if you're an agent that's working in the property and casualty market, or you're a health agent, or even if you're working in the mortgage industry and you're an online digital mortgage broker, this is such a great cross-sell strategy. A lot of the information that you would need to do to apply for insurance, you've just completed on that application for your property and casualty, or you've just done it for your mortgage. You're in that right frame of mind. It's an easy product that your property and casualty or mortgage broker, if they're appropriately licensed, can have a link and they can go through and apply for the coverage, the term life insurance coverage. You've just bought a home, or we'll say it's a $500,000 home, and you and your spouse have bought that. What a great time to put a term life insurance policy to align with your mortgage at the same time. Or if you're buying insurance for that new home, your homeowner's insurance, what a great time to put life insurance to protect your income, ability to provide an income in the event you're not here, to keep that house safe, and if your spouse will be able to stay in that house if something was to happen to you. It's an easy, simple journey. It takes about 10 minutes to complete the whole application from beginning to end. You don't require any medical exam. So there's no paramed exam. There's no medical records that we order and wait for. And again, the key that makes this so different is you have an instant decision and you know if you're approved in under 10 minutes.
That's incredible, guys. If you're listening to this and you may have experimented with our quote engines in the past, and those are great tools because you can compare different plans and email back and forth with your client. But imagine the ability to just send them a link. They can go through the entire process, not only get a quote, but also be completely set up in under 10 minutes. Pretty awesome. Let's talk a little bit about the clientele, because this is going to be very attractive to certain types of individuals. Maybe provide some insight into that.
Yeah. It's really fun to see who is buying the product and what we can learn about them. It's fun because we're all in a digital world, so we can analyze a lot of things about the consumer. One key takeaway is that 85% of our customers, this is the first time that they're buying life insurance. So they may have life insurance through their employer, but this is the first time they buy an individually standalone policy. And so that tells you a little bit about the age and hopefully the health of the client. Many times they're younger. Our average issue age is under 40, so we're right at around 40 as the average issue age. And our average face amount that we've been issuing is around $700,000, and the average annual premium is around $900. So many times this is a client that might be overlooked, might not have an agent that's reached out to them to put this coverage in place, because it's a difficult journey to go through. And if that's going to take a 30 or a 60-day window to get approved with medicals, that's a lot of time and effort that the agent has spent to acquire that $900 sale. We found a way to make this a profit center in their agency where they can have a unique URL. So that's kind of their selling tool. So when they get contracted with us, key deliverable that they get is a unique URL that's coded back to them. It's like your own personal website. And that takes you to the platform that can be co-branded with your agency name or your individual name. So, and then your clients will go through that and answer this series of questions. They'll put in their information. Early on, they put in an email and a password so that ties it back to them and to that agent. And if they don't have time to complete that whole 10-minute journey, we all have lots going on in the world. So sometimes the kids may get in the way, or you're working on dinner, or the phone rings. You can easily put that down and pick it back up and continue that journey at any time. Most people finish the entire process in under 15 minutes. That's from the time they look at it, they get a quote, they complete the application until they actually have coverage approved and issued on their phone. Speaking of phones, 75% of our customers apply for this coverage using their smartphone. Now, our technology will configure to whatever device they're using, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop, a desktop, but 75% of us reach over for our phone. It explains a lot. My phone's never too far away from me, and I'm sure the same with you.
That's right.
And so what a great way to meet the customers where they are and let them access this product and journey right there on their smartphone. A couple of things that I think are interesting. Again, no paper involved, 100% beginning to end paperless. It configures to whatever technology the customer wants to do. Most of our customers are first-time buyers. Most of our customers are doing this on their smartphone. Most of our customers will know that they need this coverage, and they've put off buying it for whatever reason. In fact, interesting thing, we put together an advertising campaign, had fun with a lot of videos and commercials, and it's all around what if everyone knew you didn't have life insurance? What if your kids knew? What if all the other moms at the playground knew? What if your family members, your brothers knew? So we put together a couple of fun commercials where we kind of, have that scenario where there's a mom on the playground and some other moms come up and say, hey, I understand you don't have life insurance. Well, it's kind of embarrassing. We all want to do the right thing and have that coverage in place. And so these commercials are really just to say, hey, everyone has 10 minutes. I get it if it's a 30 or 60 or 90-day process. I'll give you a little bit of grace. But everyone, even the most important person, can find 10 minutes in their schedule to complete this and put the appropriate amount of coverage in force.
I love that you guys have taken what really should be common sense to all insurance companies, which is get with the times. Everything that you guys have put into place is exactly the solution that so many people, there's a reason that 85% of your customers, it's their first time. It's because all of the previous methods, if the average age is 40, they've seen some life insurance ads in their lifetime, but they've skipped past it for some reason. So what you're doing is certainly resonating with consumers today. And how awesome is it, guys, that you can be a part of it? You know, these guys didn't have to go broker distribution. They could have stayed direct to consumer, but they've looped us in to where you can take advantage of these resources. You can send a link and you can be the agent of record. These commercials that you're talking about, I think I saw one on YouTube. Is an agent, are they allowed to put that on their website with a link to get a quote?
So what we do with those commercials, there's a lot of different ways they can promote them. One key thing on their website is great. A lot of people will market them via social media, and we just have to have one click between your unique URL and Google or LinkedIn, whatever social media platform that they want to use. And that's just because Google or LinkedIn would consider it spam if that link was directly on there. So we just say, have a link to your website and say, you know, instant issue term or term issued in under 9 minutes. And it's your website. And then once they get to your website, there can be a button right there and we can work with you. And it's a link to your own individual unique URL, which again is kind of like your agent code and it's kind of like your application all in the same. It's all digital, all paperless.
No paper. Yes. Fun.
Save the trees.
Save the trees. That's right. Another thing to think about here too is the commission. You said the average annual premium is $900. So what does commissions look like for an agent? Because they're going to want to know that, of course.
Yeah, commissions are really competitive, and I would steer them all back to the brokerage team and let them work with them there. But commissions are a great thing. It's not a non-commissionable product. It's right in the mainstream market where traditional brokerage companies would be.
Awesome. So that means you guys need to talk to Sherry to get those details, because I certainly don't know. Well, this is really, really good stuff. And y'all, you know, if you have your email list, all these things that we've been encouraging you to do, have your website in place, have social media, have your email list. This is a very, very easy cross-sell, as we were talking about, where you can put together a message explaining the benefits of this product and then a simple link. Send people right there, and you could be getting commissions, no problem. Not only that, but you're going to have a stickier relationship with your clients, because as we've talked about a million times, the more clients that you have, like multiple products, the more they're likely to stay in your book of business. And I think this is an excellent, excellent product for doing that. So I want to make sure I got this right. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, another feature that's really interesting in our process is a collateral assignment. So many times someone's buying this insurance because they need to have a way to collaterally assign their death benefit, their policy, to cover a loan or whatever reason they're doing a collateral assignment. With many carriers, that's a long, drawn-out process. And many people will wait until the last minute because they don't realize they need to have insurance in place. And then they don't understand the length of time it takes to collaterally assign that policy. So at Bestow, like many other things, we thought through that and have made that a completely digital journey. So not only can you get an instant decision on your term life insurance, the coverage that you need, there's also a button right there on the tool. When they're applying for it, they would just click that button if they wanted to collaterally assign that policy. And then that initiates a digital collateral assignment process that will send out the links to the bank. Everything is done with HelloSign, which is similar to like a DocuSign platform. And everything can be done in a digital fashion in 24 to 48 hours, depending on when the people at the bank or the lending institution read that, agree to it, and click through and sign. All digital, all instant, streamlined process to put that necessary collateral assignment in place.
Average age for this product is 40 and under. 85% of people that sign up with Bestow, it's their first time with life insurance. 75% of customers are applying right there on their smartphone. And all for free, they give you a link that you can send out to your prospects or your clients, and they can get it done in under 10 minutes. No paper. Why have you not signed up with Bestow? That would be my question.
I'd love to have the answer. We're getting a lot of interest, and a lot of the brokers and agents in the market are indeed signing up. It's interesting to know we've recently made some big changes to the way we're doing business. We expanded our portfolio. We now have 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30-year level premium, level death benefit term products. We've expanded our issue ages, so we can issue policies from age 18 all the way up to age 60. And we'll issue up to $1.5 million in death benefit, certainly depending on your age and your health, without any medical exam other than what we do when we collect information from the consumer, and then, of course, the industry data checkpoints. It's kind of amazing. We also all, at the same time, lowered our rates. So we wanted to be really competitive rate-wise in the brokerage marketplace. We want to be digital. We want to be simple. And we want to be a partner with our advisor market. We want to be additive to what you're doing. So if you're not really talking to clients at this age point or this face amount, what a great way to generate leads and future clients. You could sell this policy to them, leveraging the digital technology from Bestow in partnership with the brokerage. And then you also have that client for life. As they want to progress and add other products, they're going to reach out to the same person they bought their initial product from, that term life insurance policy with Bestow.
Love it. Great point. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, guys. Look at it from the other end. Bestow could be the product that opens the door to the other products. Once again, why have you not signed up? If you haven't, it's really easy to get contracted. Our team takes care of all of it, just like you get contracted with any other product here. Very simple. You can do it on the broker link in our website, and our team will get that set up for you. And from there, they pretty much get their link created. Is that right? Their shopping link?
Great. I love shopping link. That's a great way to call it. It really is. Once you complete, work with the brokerage team and get your contracting paperwork completed, it comes back to us. We get you appointed and create your unique URL. Again, that's custom for you, and you can use that in your signature line on your email. You can make it a hyperlink on your website where it just says Bestow term, or it could say instant decision term. We have a whole list of approved language that you can use on our agent hub. And then that can be a way where your customers can just click on that. It's also really fun when you see people out and about and they know that you sell insurance and they know that you're in the financial services industry. Many times they'll say, oh, I need to do that. I need to reach out to you. How fun would it be if you're out golfing with your buddy, or you're out to dinner with a friend, or whatever it is, that you could send them that link on their phone. And while you're sitting there talking to them, they could answer those questions. Very simple, very straightforward. And during that 10-minute conversation, they haven't just talked about buying life insurance. They actually own a policy.
That is so cool. I love it. And that's a perfect example. You're out golfing, you're just chatting. And nobody, we talked about this, nobody wants to be that pushy salesman, and that's certainly not popular these days. But how cool is it to just be like, hey, let me just send you a text real quick. And within 10 minutes, they're signed up. Great. Win-win. It works out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's consumer driven. So two ways to look at this. The agents and the brokers involved, sometimes whether they're in person with them, you can help your client complete that. But the consumer actually needs to complete it and put all their information in. And sometimes they may have questions or need your help. And so we suggest just what we're doing here, set up a Zoom link and walk through it with them. They'll drive that. They'll put their information in, but you can offer them counsel and advice as they're going through that process if that's what they would like.
Good stuff. Well, Steve, we really, really appreciate you sharing this with us today. We really appreciate the partnership with Bestow, and we are looking forward to seeing how this can help everybody. I think it's going to be a really great partnership. And are there any leaving thoughts that you wanted to leave with us today?
I just would say, just like our commercial, what would happen if everyone knew you didn't have the right life insurance in place? I would encourage all the advisors that are listening today to act on that. What would happen if all of your customers knew you had access to this great tool and this great process through the brokerage team and Bestow, and you didn't do something? Reach out to your contact at the brokerage, get up and running and contracted with Bestow, get your unique URL, and we're excited to partner with you and see you deliver this much needed term life insurance to a very much underserved market.
Great stuff. Well, thanks again, Steve. And guys, if you need any help with this, remember to reach out to us, get contracted. It's really easy. And I'm sure Laura and her team will be happy to help, as well as Sherry, Chris Newberry. We're excited about this. So make sure you get signed up, and we'll see you next week.